Today, I will be giving my thoughts on every LEGO Dream set to release August 1st, including the one LEGO Dream set that I think you need to get. Welcome to my channel, Pete's Bricks, the LEGO channel for the common LEGO fan. And as a common LEGO fan, we only have so much money to spend on LEGO sets. Money, LEGO. Which is why I'm going to talk about in this video which LEGO Dream sets do I think are worth getting for you guys, and which LEGO Dream sets am I realistically going to purchase for myself. So let's start with one of the smallest of the LEGO Dream sets. This is Izzy and Bunchy the Bunny, set 71453. I'm looking at it right now. That's where my eyes are looking. But yeah, Izzy and Bunchy the Bunny, rabbit. Okay. Got it. It is $20. You get a pretty interesting, cool, inventive, different looking bunny mech robot, larger than life character. I think this set is pretty darn fun. I like the colors. They're very unexpected. You get the blue. I really like those roller skates with the flames. It just looks like a really fun set. You do get the character Izzy. I think her hair is super cool. It's kind of a dual molded, marbled, opalescent piece. I also really like the hourglass piece included, along with that really unique sword. The figure is fine. You get that little Dark Knight kind of figure there as a villain. Overall, it's a fine set, though it is just not for me. I think if you're looking just to get into this theme and you want the main characters, this $20 set is definitely worth picking up. But personally, will this set be making its way into my collection? Probably not. But as you'll see with a lot of these cheaper sets, the way my mind kind of works now is it's best to either get a few cheaper sets if you just want a taste of the theme and you don't want to spend a whole ton of money, or it actually might be better just to save your money that you would have spent on the smaller sets and just save it up for something larger that you really want. The next set, Mateo and Blob the robot, is set 71454. It is also $20, just like the previous set. Again, very comparable, fantastic price, right? You get Blob and the robot, the main character Mateo with that hourglass, really cool, unique, brand new hair. You also get another minifigure, which is just this random guy who is sleeping. I guess he's being abducted by this nightmare creature with the eyes, which is actually pretty creepy, pretty cool. This set looks like a lot of fun. And if you just want the main characters of the series, I recommend purchasing both this set and the previous set. So you get Mateo and Izzy, Blob, along with a couple other little builds and creatures. I think you could have a lot of fun with both of those, again, if you want a taste of the theme. However, Mateo, Izzy, and the character of Blob are repeated in some more expensive sets. So again, if you have your eyes on some more expensive stuff, but you also like these, I do recommend just abstaining from purchasing some of these smaller impulse buys and saving up your money for the bigger stuff like I probably will. So will Mateo and Blob the robot make it into my LEGO collection. This one I actually really like the way it looks. It looks very fun. I like mechs, so I like this robot. Perfectly well built. I really like those translucent green colors. It's very fun and different, but I will probably not end up purchasing this. Though one thing I do want to stress is the value of these smaller sets are fantastic. You will see the more expensive the sets get, the more it feels like it just shouldn't be that expensive, but here we are. The next set is Dream Village. It is set 40657 and it's only $30. I think this is probably the best price set of the entire LEGO Dreams theme. Each small building is pretty small. It looks like you get a potion place, a bakery, and a blacksmith. They're not the biggest builds. However, my brain looks at this. I think $30 for all of this stuff. So when I'm valuing the set, I think, okay, $10 per little build is more than fair. Plus you get a minifigure who isn't the most exciting. He's the same guy we saw in the Mateo and Blob set. He's just there with a different accessory, it looks like. You also get 3 of those very funny looking gnome-like wizard people. I know one is a baker, one is a wizard, and one is a blacksmith. Do we consider them full minifigures? Probably not. Maybe all three combined I would consider to be one minifigure. However, they are figures, and you do get a total of 4 in the set if you count those little guys. I think this is a set you're going to want to get even if you're not into LEGO Dreams. If you really don't feel like investing into the theme, I think you can take these builds, incorporate them into your cities, into your general fantasy landscapes. Maybe you could work it into a knights or castle display, similar to the one I have right behind me. So fantastic value, great builds, but I'm going to have to pass on this one as well. For me in particular, I feel like if I buy this and build them, it'll probably just end up going in a box. I really don't have any room for it up there in my castle display, which I know I just mentioned it would fit, but you know, maybe if you have a larger display than I do and larger room, I think it would work. But for me, I will probably end up passing on this set as well. Next up is set 71455, Grim Keeper the Cage Monster. This is one of the first LEGO Dream sets that really stood out to me. Even though I do like bright and fun and colorful characters, it's really the dark, nightmarish, creepy stuff from the LEGO Dreams theme that really piques my interest. And as you'll see later at the end of this video, as promised, the one set that I think you really need to get, and the one set that I really have my eye on, does fill the whole dark, creepy vibe. But for this set, I think it's a pretty respectable set. I like the dream catcher. I think it's a pretty fun idea to put a prison cell right in his chest cavity so that he can go around abducting characters and putting them in there and giving them nightmares, I guess. I haven't watched the show yet, but I like the big claws. The color scheme is great. The touch of the green and the teeth and the claws go very well with the black and that magenta color used for the spikes along his spine. I like the little lantern with the eyeball. Very nice touch. I have noticed that the eyeballs are kind of a similar theme across all of these dark, nightmarish builds. He has some nice shoulder armor on there from the buildable figure line, and you can find those on all the buildable figures like on the Spider-Man or even Batman. You get a smaller Z-Blob, Mateo, a random guy who's running for his life. This is a pretty decent set, and if you buy those cheaper $20 sets, I think you could have some pretty epic battles, and I probably would pick up the set if it was $30 because that's what it looks like it should be, especially with the other ones being $20. This doesn't look too much bigger, but I would be willing to pay $30. However, $30 for this is just not the case. For this set here, we're looking to pay $37.99. Well, I'm not looking to pay that. LEGO wants you to pay that for this set.
Only the best is good enough.
That's just too much in my opinion. Here's where I think, you know, the way they work out prices sometimes is that they'll give you a deal for some sets in particular, like the $20 sets, like the $30 set, but because they lower the prices on those, they raise prices on other sets to try to work everything out and just make the equal amount of money that they set out to make. Let me know in the comments, do you think 37 or really 38 or really closer to $40 because of tax? Never forget tax. Do you think that is worth this set? Would you pay that for this? And yeah, I probably won't get this just because of the price. Now we're on to another more light-hearted build in Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van. This is set 71456. You get a host of colorful characters. This is a very, very fun build. It's probably the first LEGO Dreams build that I saw that made me think, wow, I really, really like that. One thing I really like about the entire LEGO Dreams theme is how unique it is. Where else are you going to get a LEGO giant tortoise and a van combined into one sort of walking vehicle creature thing? Nowhere else. Only in LEGO Dreams will you find really cool, creative, and imaginative builds like this. As I talked about in my previous LEGO Dreams video, which is the most viewed video on my channel by the way, I think Mrs. Castillo is an interesting, unique, and just funny character included in this set. I like the cat cactus on the roof, the palm tree, everything about this I really like. Weird pricing continues with this being $47.99. Of course, my brain just mentally rounds up to 50, so you will be paying about $50 for this. Does this look like it's worth $50? I would say yes. For the van itself and a few figures, a 40 feels more like it. However, you get all the extra things on top of the van. You get the turtle limbs and head, along with a pretty nice selection of figures. So if you're looking to buy a set from the theme, I do recommend this. Will I get this set? Maybe. This is probably my favorite hero-based set of them all. Right, I like this better than those cheaper mechs. I like it better than some of the other good guy sets we'll check out very, very soon. I think it's a very versatile set where you can build it like it's supposed to be, right? The half turtle thing. Or if you're a city builder like I am, you could just remove those fantastical elements and just put it right into your Lego city and it'll make sense. Next up, for exactly $50 or $49.99 is the Pegasus Flying Horse. Set 71457. This set is the cheapest way to get the main villain, who looks very, very spooky. He has that eyeball on the sword, the eyeball on his hat, eyeballs everywhere. He has the long, creepy white hair, very skeletal, very nightmarish. I guess that's the whole theme of all the villains in LEGO Dreams. The Pegasus itself, it's built very well. It's a nice constructed construct. It's a nice looking set. You know, you get the big Pegasus, a flying cage, that purple haired character, and a small looking winged creature, which for being the size it is looks pretty great. It actually uses those brand new Donkey Kong leaf pieces in teal, which is some nice parts use that I hadn't noticed until literally right now. I think this set has a good value. The Pegasus is very compact and looks to have a lot going on there. When I look at this right now, $50, I don't feel bad paying that at all, though I will probably not get this. The Pegasus itself, to me, just isn't that scary. Sure, it's built in a lot of spooky colors like the other things, but it just does not look that creepy to me, and I will probably be passing on this set. Moving on to the Crocodile Car, this set is $60. The figures, great. I like all the figures included in this set, especially that creepy guy on the motorcycle. Actually, both of them. You get the one with the big head who looks absolutely hilarious, but also horrifying at the same time. Then you get that other guy with the hat with the eye. He has a very interesting scarf piece off to the side. Very dynamic looking minifigure, and I actually might like his look more than the main antagonist of the entire theme that we had just seen previously. The build with the race car and the crocodile, it's colorful, it's unique. I like the different options you get with being able to rebuild it as a normal car or as a crocodile car. It's a very similar idea to Mrs. Castillo's turtle van, but at $60, there are just other LEGO Dreams sets that I'd rather have. The car itself, it's fine, doesn't do that much for me, so we're going to move right on to the next set. Now we're moving on to the $80 set, the Stable of Dream Creatures. This is set 71459. Again, it's a fun, colorful set. It looks fine. $80, a bit steep, but I can kind of see how it's worth that. $80 kind of does seem like a bit much for me. It's kind of a facade. You do get an interior. You get a group of minifigures. Notice that Izzy, though, she does not have her skirt piece. She does not have an armor. In every single set, minus the two most expensive sets that include her, you don't get a full figure of Izzy, which just kind of bothers me, honestly. So I really shouldn't let that affect my opinion of the set, but it kind of does. Also, it's just not the most exciting set. It's kind of cool, kind of calm and relaxing. I do like the use of that brand new piece in the back used for some trees. I think that's pretty creative. However, there are just so many other sets in the theme that I would just rather buy. And for $80, I'd rather just keep the $80 in my wallet instead of buying the set, though it is very creative. Now we are moving on to the top 3 most expensive sets. One of these 3 sets is the set that I think you should absolutely buy, and one of these sets I have my eye on, though the truth is I kind of would like to have all 3 of these, starting with Mr. Oz's Space Bus, set 71460. Mr. Oz's Space Bus takes classic space and a school bus and combines them into something pretty original. You get a kind of classic space logo on the back, though maybe classic space isn't the correct theme. Maybe it's more like Space Police mixed with city. Again, it's the taking of 2 different things and combining them. though you are unable to turn this into a regular school bus, but I am pretty okay with that for what you get right here. It looks like a pretty fun set with tons of different minifigures. You get Mateo, Blob, and this is the only set to include Mr. Oz and that funny astronaut monkey guy that I actually missed the first time I saw these images. As for the little villains, you get all sorts of different references that I covered in my other LEGO Dreams video. This video is already kind of long, so I don't want to waste any more time. You can go check that out at the link above. Maybe I already put the link description. Go check out that other Dreams video. It is the most popular video on my channel right now. This set is $100. I would have liked this to be $90 since in the lifestyle images it does look a little small in the kids' hands. If you're into space and spaceships, I think this set would be a pretty good purchase and a must-have. Though, okay, a lot of these sets I end up hyping up and then saying I'm not going to get, but that's the truth. I think if you like spaceships, if you like classic space, all that sort of stuff, I think this set is going to look very nice in your collection. Though probably for me, I will probably have to pass on this because the next two sets, now those sets are pretty special. If you have $100, but Mr. Oz's Space Bus doesn't really do much for you, it's a vehicle, maybe you're more into location builds and structures, well for $10 more, you can own set 71461 Fantastical Treehouse, one of the most creative LEGO sets I have seen in a long time. Though it does remind me of that pretty recent LEGO Friends Treehouse, that is not a bad thing at all. It's very fun, it's creative. I really like the blue leaves. It definitely sets it apart from any other LEGO Treehouse that I've ever seen. Again, we got that brand new larger triangular piece that we've seen used in many other of these Dream sets as exhaust or energy. Here we have that piece in blue used as some hanging leaves, which I think looks really great and is fantastic parts use. If you take my advice and you kind of pass on the cheaper sets and you save your money to get something big, I think this could be one of the ones to get, especially since the villain included in this set is basically the same as that overpriced Grim Keeper the Cage Monster. You just get a small scaled down version in the set, but it essentially does the same thing. So that is one of the advantages of buying this set instead of some of the smaller stuff. Sure, you don't get exactly what the smaller stuff has, but you kind of get elements in this, right? So if you get this, you don't need the Grim Keeper set. I would also argue that you don't need that $80 stable set, as it's kind of the same vibe, right? Nature, trees, woods, stuff like that. I think this set would perfectly satisfy that desire to get something kind of naturey. Plus, in my opinion, the builds, the colors, and the character selection is much better than that stable set. Plus, you get all the main characters. You get Izzy, you get Mateo, the bad guy that I think looks really cool. You get, what's her name? Mrs. Castillo. You get all your main characters, great minifigure selection, some nice villains to have a little conflict in the box. I think this is the set to get for most LEGO Dreams fans, and if you can, I do recommend picking this up. Though will I pick it up? That is to be determined because the most expensive set is the one that I think you need to pick up, and the one that if I get any of these, I probably will end up purchasing. I cannot give enough praise to this set. This is set 71469 Nightmare Shark Ship. It is the most expensive at $140. If you see this theme and you think, oh man, I'm gonna buy all this, I'm gonna buy that, wow, great price for the $30 set. Wow, $20, that's fantastic. Even $100 for the spaceship. Maybe you think that's a good value. Well, all the savings that you would have gotten on those if you purchased this, I think are kind of canceled out because this does not feel $140 to me just looking at the images, but boy, is it the best LEGO Dream set of all time. I'm going to say it already. I don't even own any of these sets, but I think this is the one that you got to get and the one that tempts me the most. It has everything I like about the theme. The black, the green, the violet purple color. It's just very, very creepy. You get giant eyes on the ship. You get really cool looking sails, which are the same wings reused from the Pegasus. However, I won't be getting the Pegasus for $50. I'd rather just cut that set out and invest that $50 into this instead. Plus, we can't forget about the elephant or the shark in the room, which is the giant undead shark strapped to the bottom of this boat with giant haunting rocket engines strapped to the side of the vehicle. You get tons of figures, most of the main characters, Mateo, Izzy with the skirt and the armor. I cannot stress that enough. LEGO's making you pay if you want the full figure. That's just how it is. You get the main villain, you get one of those little creepy guys, you get the other little creepy guy with the head. Very cool, I like him. Know nothing about the character, but I like him, along with a civilian for the heroes to rescue. This is the set that I think will look the most striking on any LEGO fan's shelf. If you have it among other sets that aren't LEGO Dreams, this is a set that people are going to ask you, wow, like what is that? I suppose they could ask the same with the Treehouse, but a lot of the other LEGO Dreams sets, you know, they kind of blend in with your LEGO collection, to be honest. Similar colors, similar kind of things. You know, are you really going to spot out any of the previous sets among your already colorful LEGO collection? Probably not. But just the fact that this is large and it maintains a consistent color scheme means it will stand out among all of your other LEGO sets. Of course, if you watch LEGO YouTube, you know that other LEGO YouTubers already have all of these sets. They got all of them sent to them for free by the LEGO group if you're part of the LEGO, LEGO Ambassador Network, which who knows, maybe one day I'll be part of that. But as a common LEGO fan, I am not, so I'm all about saving money. All in all, if you just want a taste of the theme, buy some of the smaller sets because I think you get a pretty good deal with those. If you want to go for something a little bigger, I recommend the Turtle Van. And if you want to just save up your money and get something really big and really impressive and special, I recommend either getting the Treehouse or preferably picking up that epic Nightmare Shark Ship, which is the one set that I am still thinking about getting for myself to add into my own LEGO collection. Let me know in the comments if you'd like this type of video, and please let me know your opinions on all these LEGO Dreams sets. Are you set on picking up the entire theme, or are you going to be a bit more selective? I hope you like watching this video. As always, have a good day, keep building, God bless, and I will see you guys in the next video on my channel, Pete's Bricks.